Hi everybody, it's Susie. Welcome to my art studio. I'm going to just wing it and do this project today, and as I'm going I'll be making everything up all along because I don't have any samples to show you. I only have one of these items to go ahead and make, and so I'm going to be doing that with you today. So I have this little wooden piece here. It is a die cut from my mind's eye, and I'm just going to take that out of the package. It's an all finished piece of wood. It's really soft and all the edges are safe to touch, and what I'm going to be using here is one of the papers from the Generations paper stack by Simple Stories, and I'm going to be using some Mod Podge in the blue container that's the matte. I'm hoping that I am all the way in camera as best as I possibly can. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to make. Okay. I'm going to use a paintbrush here with some of this the Mod Podge, and I'm really hoping that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. I'm going to paint some of this this Mod Podge onto the wood. I don't know how everybody else does it, but this is how I do it, and many times when I'm making things, the whole fun out of me crafting is to just be totally carefree in the making. Okay. And I want to use this one piece, which is a 6x6 piece from the paper pack. I actually want to use this one piece for both sides of this piece of wood, and then you'll see what I'm going to make here. I'm also going to be using a pair of shears. These are the Tim Holtz scissors. I kind of ruined mine a little by I never really do what I should be doing, and I guess that's the whole thing about being a crafter. I really should have separate scissors and separate things, one for glue, one for just paper, one for fabric, but I just use whatever I get my hands on. Okay, I'm just going to cut out this this piece here. Okay, and what you'll wind up having is just like, you know, this piece of wood with a paper on it. And some of us would use the straight blade to cut this out, but my the mat that I have to cut mine on is really horrible looking, and it's old, and it's kind of warped because I don't leave it down on my desk. I really don't have another space to keep it, so right now I'm just going to cut the shape out quickly for you. I don't want this to be a forever long video. It may wind up being 2 parts, but I'm sure that it will be worth it in the end, and I can definitely say that with this really cute and fun idea that you probably will want to make one of these. Susie, what are you making? Is that what you want to know? Well, I have definitely something in mind, and you'll see once I finish this idea with the Mod Podge and the paper, that's when you'll be able to determine, oh, I know what she's doing now. Okay, one of these wooden blocks that you can get from any Home Depot, Lowe's, or hardware store works really well sanding off the edges of any paper that's on a piece of wood, on a box, on the edges of your paper mache boxes. You can get about, I think it's like 10 or 12 of them for like $3. It's really, really worth it. Some of us use the Tim Holtz filing one. I have that. I bought it, and I like it, but I never use it, and I didn't really care for it much because I would get like not much of sanding out of one piece of sandpaper. I wish I had the kind of computer to speed up this what I'm doing so that you're not watching me file, but in a way it's kind of cool to see what I'm doing here, is that I'm just trying to get all of this paper in here nicely, molded to the paper to its original shape, which is the wood. Then naturally this happens where you have like some of the paper pull itself up. I'm sure some of you have had those kinds of experiences when using the Mod Podge, and don't worry about it. That might be happening because I didn't wait a period of time for that much to go ahead and hold off like a half hour in between the gluing and the filing kind of thing. You can certainly leave a little bit of time in there, but I'm not doing that for the sake of the video, and that's why I hope this comes out the way that I really want it to. Okay? And so, again, I'm going to be doing the other side of this with some of the Mod Podge with a blue label, a paintbrush, or one of those cute little it's like the foam brushes that you can use like for painting or stenciling. I use them for Mod Podge. I just don't have any at this moment to use, so I'm just using an older paintbrush, which works just as good. Okay, and I'm gonna use up another piece of this paper. It's just so pretty. This is like a burgundy color with the cream flowers. And you can use a roller brush if you have one, and that'll really like flatten out your, and I hope you can see this, yes. That'll really flatten out the glue and the paper together, make everything hold on nice and tight. And as you can see, it's now time to cut again, so I'm really going to try and cut as close as I possibly can so that I do not have to use the file too much. So I don't want to waste your time, and I certainly don't want to waste mine. I just don't want this to be a really long, dragged out video just to watch me file. But these real life how to make whatever or how to do this, sometimes they wind up being more than one part. Okay, this isn't too bad, so. And that's because this is that really cool shape. I love this shape. It's like the paragraphs kind of thing, all the way around. I bet you still can't guess what I'm going to make with this, and I do think it's going to be so cool, because I'm definitely going to use this, and you'll find out in a couple of minutes what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly buff all around, and mind you, like you can see, like I'm not even caring where I'm shaving off this paper, as long as the wood is covered. And don't be afraid if you ever take off too much paper, and you've got like, oh my god, it's white, what am I going to do? Who cares? Use some ink, distress the edges a little bit, and you'll really get the look that you're going for. Okay, just a little bit more here. Again, I want this to be really nice, and I don't want to have to go back and do this over again. As you can tell, I really wore out this this file, but only on the edges, so it's probably time to get another one out and use a new one. And again, you may have to go in and just glue down some edges that may come up. When you're not on camera doing a how-to on these, you can certainly give like 15 minutes to a half hour in between to make sure that everything is dry, the edges are smooth, not like that just lifted up. I've been wanting to do some how-to videos for a while because I have so many of you, so many people asking me over time, can I make some how-to videos, and I wasn't able to make the time, and sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't. So here we're starting off. Okay. Alrighty. So now you see you have some edges here that are have turned white because I've shaved off with the file some of the paper. So what I'm going to use here is this Inks Essentials Tim Holtz sponge thingy and some vintage photo, and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to, you know, just like you do it on the edge of a card or the edge of a box or the edge of whatever you're distressing, and I'm going to distress all around. I'm not paying close attention. Oops, you see that lifted up? I'm sorry, guys. And again, I'm doing this for the sake of the video. Normally, if I'd be sitting here taking my time making it, I would pay much closer attention to it, to being fully dried. Alrighty. So, and then you flip over the other side, and you'll do the same thing, and you'll just cover some of the white part. You'll cover with the vintage photo, and just keep going around until you're happy with it. I mean, sometimes I get carried away because I really like it when the edges are very dark and kind of brown or burned looking. I just love that. The older world it looks, the better for me. That's just the style that I go for in the scrapbooking and the crafting and the alterations and so on. Even distressing flowers, I like them to look like they've been really old or dried out. So there we go. And some of the edges will also, if you look at it this way, turn browner than they were in the beginning. And that's cool for me. So I hope that you like the look. Okay, I'm just going to close the top here. Okay. And now, I had selected one of these others. There's a page that's inside of the 6x6 photo pack that I really like because there's these really small little sayings here. It's a very family-oriented, friendly, loving kind of, you know, live, love, life, laugh kind of paper pack. And that's what I really like about it the most, let alone the earth tones and natural colors that are in here. And I'm not using a paper trimmer to get this out. Sometimes I may do that quickly, but I don't have a lot of space on my desk right now, so I'm just going to leave it where I'm cutting this out and do the best that I can. And again, I'm just going to grab and just distress the edges ever so slightly to get rid of the white from cutting the paper on both of these. Okay, this is going to be so much fun, you guys. I want it to be a surprise project, so I'm going to keep leaving it that way until the next step after this, and then you'll realize, oh, I know what she's making. Okay. Now I'm putting some of this Mod Podge on the back of this because, oops, sorry, I want to use these two little sayings on this little wooden cutout, and once the Mod Podge goes on, it will stay on, and then I will cover the whole entire front with the Mod Podge. So, can anybody guess yet? I bet you can't. Okay. Alrighty. I'm just making sure that it's kind of even almost on both sides. And these things are so cute to work with. A little wooden gadget thingy. How adorable is this? And this was like less than $2 or $1.25 or something like that. And you can get this at a Cherry on Top. Okay, now let's see if you can guess. I need to just grab this tool here. And I'm going to also grab a pencil. As you can hear, everything is falling down. And I'm going to make a little circle right here so that I have my kind of a guideline, because I am going to punch a hole here. I don't know if my hole puncher works through wood, and I don't want a chance really like breaking it. So this is like a kind of a hole drill or something like that. This is something that I borrowed from hubby like 3 or 4 years ago, and he never got it back. Can you see me drilling? This has come in very handy for a lot of things for me, especially if it's like wood related, like re-drilling holes and things of that nature. Okay, so if you heard it, it kind of went through. And there it is, you can see. Okay? Alrighty then. Now, okay, the suspense is kind of killing me a little bit, so I'm going to share with you that I am making a keychain from this. How cute is this as a keychain, you guys? Okay, I have some of these jump rings, and I'm just going to grab one of these out of here. If I take this out, maybe that will make it a little bit easier, don't you think? Always looking for an easy way out. What a lazy head. But I just didn't want it to go shooting all over and making a crazy mess. Okay. So you can even use the Tim Holtz rings for these. And just twist. Okay. And I actually think that the Tim Holtz rings will work out a lot better because they are larger. But I'm hoping that right now I can just get this to close. Anybody that has any kind of jewelry tools, right about now it would work out really well just to snap, you know, like push that close together. Naturally, if this was a little higher, the hole, it probably would have been better. So just for the sake of that it turns out nicely, right here, I think the Tim Holtz jump ring is a little bigger, and that would have been better, but for now I'm just going to put another jump ring in there. And then I want to share with you something else that I have. Okay, where are you? How far in are we? 18 minutes? Oh my goodness. Okay, part 2.